down in the basement at 32 Desert Willow Lane. We have a clean out right here in the wall that we're going to go through. It is the kitchen one, so you see there's a little bit of grease in the stack. Hopefully we don't get, oh, I've seen worse. And the bottom of it's there. This is just all typical buildup that you would see on the first 15-20 feet of any branch serving the kitchen. There is some greasiness to it, but it's not bad, and there's no standing water, and we've been running water a lot. I think they do put a little bit more grease down the line than I would recommend, but it's not thick and heavy enough to affect flow at all. A little special something in the line for us. How about, can I get you to flush that toilet right there?
Looks like tin foil.
I think you don't want to know what that is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is. For some reason, it's just been sitting there long enough to get its own layer of grease.
It's a turd?
I believe it is. But don't take my 15 years of looking at turds.
Oh my God. Well, when you say kitchen sink, that's why I said tin
Well,
foil.
there was a certain stretch there where we did catch up.
Okay.
Now, right back here, that is that clean out right here behind us. The one in the closet.
Got it. Okay.
This means we're approaching and passing under the foundation wall.
Okay.
That's why this one's off a little. This is a touch of an offset. I'm not sure why in PVC they still use the rubber connection at the foundation wall. It could still just be the fact that you've got two different settling pressures. You got a house on top of the pipe and then just dirt on top of the pipe. And they want to give it a little bit of flexibility so it doesn't crack. But that's a rubber fitting instead of a glued fitting, and it can allow it to move a little. That's about a ½ inch, but it's not losing water, and it's not restricting. This is a 4-inch pipe right there. You only need 3 inches for waste to get through. A lot of them use 2-inch, which is amazing to me.
Okay.
Because I'm never thought of the Europeans as particularly hygienic from the jokes, but maybe it works. Not anything to worry about there. It's a little touch flat there. Anytime we see water standing in the line, it means the slope's not perfect. That probably means that did get pushed down a little over the settling. But how would you say the house was?
1990.
Yeah, it's had 13 years to settle, 12 years to settle. It's
22.
It's okay.
I do that all the time. I do it all the time.
It's had plenty of time to settle as far as it's going to go. It's a stubborn, heavy one.
Oh.
Let's flush it again.
Oh, okay.
That's that same one.
Okay. If my children were here,
Yes.
they would flush the toilet 100 times.
That would be great. Sometimes you wonder if some food just has lead in it or something. Because look at the resistance that thing puts up. It's standing right on end like that all the way through there, too. It's going to stop again somewhere down there.
Okay. Now it's going down.
It's rolling right along. And there we ran out of enough volume to keep it moving. I can try to just sneak past it, but...
Well, no, let's keep it.
Yeah, let's flush again. Just made goobers on my lens that I may not be able to get off. Anyway, anytime there's water standing, it means the slope's not perfect.
Okay.
We don't get uptight about that until there's 3 inches of water in there. ½ inch, =1/4 inch of water's never
But then
going to
what
give
do
you a
you do
problem.
if there is 3 inches in there?
That's something where you can do some cleaning. Jetting cleaning every once in a while, because what will happen is you create a slow-moving section of water where waste has an opportunity to settle, and it can layer up. If it's, it'll layer up small sludge until it's thick, or it can trap big stuff. But if you jet it every once in a while and get all those layers out, it'll usually be all right. But the only way to fix those things is to take them off. And you've got to get the slope, so sometimes it can be a very substantial repair, even for a smaller belly. Turn out near the sidewalk now. flush again. There was grease sitting in the bottom of that turn that we smacked into. It's not gonna get to us that fast when you're that far away. It's gonna be a little bit hazy right now on this. That cleared up better than I thought it would. Yeah.
That's cool.
And that's your city sewer right there we just turned into.
Okay.
See the branch coming from the right, and that's got all that flow going through it. 100 feet, that's really not that far, starting at one inside like this, and from that one over there, it's only 80 feet, so, but it looks fine. It's maybe had a little more grease go down it than I would like to see you using in a house, but not enough to build up layers that are thick enough that we need to clean it or anything.
How often should I do this?
Camera it?
Yeah.
Never again, unless you suddenly start having problems.
Oh, okay.
If you suddenly start having a problem and then it reoccurs in a short period of time, then call me and we'll look at it.
Okay.
Unless the drain cleaner can say, look, we've got a toy in there. Something that's obviously the problem.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong here and there should be no reason for anything in this to
Okay.
change. The only spot where there's any chance of potential more little bit movement over time is that union at the foundation wall. And I wouldn't worry about that unless, I mean, maybe if you're gonna put it on the market again,
Oh, okay.
but even then, I think it would be pretty proactive on your part to be doing it and maybe unnecessarily proactive.
Okay.
But once you've seen it, it's not like clay tile. This stuff, when it's put together right, doesn't leak.
Okay.
It's not gonna be unstable. It's not gonna see a whole lot of additional movement.
Wow, this is kinda cool.
Well, I like the people that think it's cool. I get
Well,
just as many who think it's
Well, I
disgusting.
think it's just being an insurance agent, you know, and now I can understand when someone's talking to me. So I was, you know, I'm glad there aren't tree roots and all that stuff, but I was kind of curious what tree roots would look like. But, you know, we don't have the,
I don't think I have any other videos on here, or I
Okay.
could show you.
well, that's why I didn't
Oh, I
know
do.
with a 20-year-old house, you know, and there are trees out here, granted they're not like the 80-year-old trees, with some of the folks that I insure in Denver and so forth, but,
I can show you the one I did. Give me my little wipes.
that's like a guy thing.
Oh, good, it's not. It's semi-glossy.
Oh, really?
Well, it didn't absorb, which is amazing. It looks flat,
Yeah.
like flat paint, which usually will absorb that. Oh no. That's why I like unfinished basements the most.
But
Especially when there is a little bit of the greasy. Now, I'm not going to record this thing all the way back because we've seen it and it was
Okay.
good. So.
I was gonna ask if you wanted to keep it on.